The premier matchup of the weekend, Ohio State going to Oregon. Wow, what a matchup. Number 2 versus number 3. Let's talk about the game. Let's trust our model and give a prediction at the end. Ohio State has yet to really face a true test. Yes, I know they played Iowa, but that Iowa offense is absolutely atrocious, as it always is. So I'm curious to see what they look like versus a top 5 team. On the other hand, Oregon really struggled to start the year. They allowed 7 sacks in their first 2 games. Dillon Gabriel looked like a little lost lamb for parts of those games, but now it looks like they've secured their positioning and they're ready to perform. They really kicked off their season in the second half versus Oregon State, and they've gotten some pretty impressive wins versus Michigan State and a couple of other teams since then. Dillon Gabriel has finally gotten his ducks in a row. He is first in the country in completion percentage, and he hasn't made that many mistakes so far this season. He did struggle a little bit versus Michigan State. Throwing a red zone interception is pretty unacceptable, but the offensive line is what I really want to talk about. They've allowed 0 sacks in the last 3 games, and I think that's very important when talking about what our model is predicting in just a minute. Now, on the other side of the football, again, Will Howard, like Ohio State, has yet to face a true test. Now, let's look at this. His passing attempts have not surpassed, I think, 32, and 4 out of the 5 games, they're in the 20s. So that means that Ohio State is not asking him to win games yet. And part of me thinks, okay, well, that just means Ohio State is dominating that much. But the other part of me says, you've got to put the ball in your quarterback's hands to win a couple of games before you show up on the road versus a top 5 opponent and try to win one in that fashion. Now, their freshman wide receiver, J.J. Smith, is probably one of the best receivers in the country already, and he's just 18 years old. So extremely impressive stuff from him. We've seen multiple one-handed grabs in multiple games, so I am just astounded by the play of freshman wide receivers like him and like Ryan Williams from Alabama. But overall, this Ohio State offense, along with their defense, has not faced the significant challenge that is the Oregon Ducks, and it's on the road. So let's talk about what our model says. Our model, the EA College Football 25 model, ran this game 50 times with the exact weather in the stadium at the exact time of day, and here's what we got. Oregon outright won 72% of the games played. 50 games, 36 of them went to the Oregon Ducks. So extremely shocking stuff. If you ask me my gut, I'd be going with Ohio State to win. Maybe not cover, but definitely win in a close one. The average score was about 29 points to 23 points. So not only is Oregon upsetting Ohio State, but they're winning by almost a touchdown. So pretty impressive stuff. The median score, 31 to 22. Shocking stuff. They covered the spread along with outright winning 72% of the time. They covered the spread 72% of the time. Now, what does that mean? They were 3.5-point dogs. So to me, that means when they win, and when they lose, they don't cover. So it could go one of 2 ways, obviously, and the under hit 64% of the time. So this model tells me that this is going to be a low-scoring, close game where Oregon pulls it out late, and that's why we're going to throw money on the Oregon money line for the upset, as well as the under 54.5 points. The final score prediction I'm going to be giving is 31 to 27. Oregon wins. I think that this is going to be a extremely close game. Dillon Gabriel leads a last-minute touchdown drive to come back from down 24-27 and win 31-27. So that's going to do it for this prediction. Make sure you stay tuned in next time. We're going to be talking about Texas versus Oklahoma in the Red River Shootout. Thanks again. See you next time.